A ver si me lo permite.
Ok.
Ahí se está transmitiendo en vivo.
Sí. Ah, buenísimo. Listo.
A ver.
Okay, let's change the chip to English.
Yes.
Ba,
We
ba,
are
ba,
on
ba,
leave.
ba, ba, ba. Of
We are on leave. We are on leave.
yes. Meeting is now streaming live on Costume live streaming service. All right.
Perfect.
Good morning, everyone. Very good. It's amazing.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna say good morning. Oh, it's 10 a.m. o'clock already.
Good morning.
Yes.
Exactly.
So guys, when you say we are ready,
actually we are, I think. So you can start.
all right. Welcome everyone, good morning. We are for third time in the How to Debate, Aprendiendo a Debatir Beyond the Words. The first edition in Spanish, in English, and also Argentina's sign language. So this is the third Saturday, and we're gonna talking about how successful speech in Spanish and English. That's right, Peter?
Yes, definitely.
How to translate
Definitely.
or how to pass from English to Spanish.
How to pass from English to Spanish.
Yes.
That's a good question. I don't really understand your question. Sorry. How to pass what?
Our speech.
Our
speech.
All right. I understand.
Ideas.
I understand. So, all right. Yes, definitely. Okay. The most important thing, I think, what you have to practice at home, if you would like to speak good English, is stop translating in your head. So what you have to learn is how to think in English. And this is what we are going to practice today. It's going to be interesting, I think.
Yes, very interesting. So remember, we have already the Zoom chat ready, so you can write and you can ask everything you want. And also on YouTube, we are live already, so you can write us and we are gonna be connected and making feedback about your opinions and what exactly is the top thing when you are already expressing yourself from Spanish to English. Oh my God, did I say good, Peter?
Yes, I understood it now. So yeah, definitely. I think the important thing in all languages, so if people can understand what you're saying, then you're okay. So you are just perfect. That's the most important thing.
So welcome again, and formally we are going to start presenting our local president, Pedro Araujo, for the formal welcome for this Saturday. So please, Pedro, welcome to How to Debate.
Welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to stay here again. This is our fifth time that we are with learning how to debate, but in English it's the first time. So thank you very much for staying here. Thank you very much to Peter and Majo again. And I hope you could enjoy this training and be ready for the competitions that we have in September and October. So I think that we are going to have all the information in our social medias in today or next week. I don't know if we have all the things ready, but just look our social media and be ready for debating and giving your speech in English or Spanish. So thank you very much. And Peter is all on you.
All right, very good. So, hi everyone. Okay, today we are gonna have a very interesting topic to talk about, and I will need your active participation. So today we are gonna have more like a workshop than just just a conference or something like that. So I'm not gonna speak all the time today, but you can do some exercises together as well. So we are going to need your microphones. We are going to need your cameras as well, because you are going to work in small groups today. Because we are going to talk about vocabulary and expressions and English phrases for debates. Because in English, it's very important how to express yourself. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit different than in Spanish. So in English, you have to be very polite, and it's difficult to be polite in English. So I think you need to know how to express yourself in a nice way in English, in order to not make the debate personal or something like that. So you have to use very nice expressions and express yourself in a nice way. And this is what we are going to discuss today. So welcome. Good morning, Nacho. Good morning, Rocio. Okay, very good. So let's start. So first we are going to discuss some topics, and then you are going to work in small groups. And actually, okay, let's move on. So yes, we know all this about JCI. Our partners, you can see here, that was the schedule for this training. So that was the training part, as you can see. So in English, this is the last session we have of training. And from next week, or from in September, we are going to start the competitions, the debating competitions, which is the most important part. Okay, so this is the most important part. So practicing is the most important part, not the training itself, because the training without practicing, I think it's not enough. So you have to put everything in practice, what we learned here, because this is how we learn effectively. Okay. So this is the last session. And today, Danila is not here yet, but she is going to join us in half an hour approximately. And so I'm going to start the whole session, and then Danila is going to be connected in half an hour. So I'm representing an organization. It's not an organization. It's a kind of institute, but it's not an institute. We call it English Conversation Club. So we have sessions on politics, on sociology, on psychology, on biology. We play games together online and face to face, if it is possible, of course, but now it's a little bit difficult. So what we are doing is practicing our English, so putting everything in practice. So I'm representing English Conversation Club today. And the objectives of this training were to boost your communication skills, to gain some useful tools for public speaking and debate. And it's also very important to know that we are going to have also public speaking competitions, not only debating competitions. But today we are going to concentrate on debating. To practice everything you learn, and that's the most important part. So to practice everything you learned is coming in September, okay? So today we are going to just review some useful expressions to develop your speaking skills in English. So this is what's happening right now, okay? Right now, today, and of course in the practicing part. So let's start from with the first slide. Look at the picture first. Please read it. So I can read it for you as well. So think before you speak, read before you think. And this is the basis of debating. And debating is difficult because you must read also the counter argument as well. So it is not enough to prepare your own arguments, but you have to prepare for what the other side is going to answer to your arguments. So it is not easy to debate. You have to be prepared. In order to be prepared, you have to read. Because then you can really create your arguments. But please don't enclose yourself in opinion bubbles. And it's very difficult to say that. It's easy to say that, but it's very difficult to put in practice. So what do I mean by opinion bubbles? I mean Facebook. Facebook is an opinion bubble. So if you like an idea, you put like on an article, and then Facebook is going to recommend you more and more articles in this topic. And then you won't be able to connect with the other, so with the counter ideas, the counter arguments of the topics. So it is going to be very, very difficult to actually think about your own arguments and to prepare for the answers from the other side. But this is essential. So try not to close yourself into one opinion bubble, but always be open-minded. Always be open-minded and look at the other side as well. In all the topics, I think it's very, very important. Okay? If it is a sensible topic, it is even more important to look at the counter arguments of that topic. Okay? Because this is how you can prepare for real debate situations. So think before you speak, read before you think. I think it's very, very important. And another very important quote here would be, if you only speak, you're only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, maybe you can learn something new. So it's also very important to open your ears and listen to the counter arguments. Okay? So don't close yourself in just one point of view. That's very, very important. And for debating, it is essential. It is essential. So in the other side, in the text side, you can read, a debate participant's goal is to make a convincing yet respectful argument. So this is something difficult to do in English. So it's very difficult to be polite in English because you need some specific expressions to be polite. And this is what we are going to talk today. Okay, let's move on. Okay, there is another point of view. So debate is the art of decent disagreement. And it's difficult when you disagree with somebody. It's difficult not to say, oh, what you're saying is not right. But actually, it's not so decent. So we are going to talk about how you can say this, or you are stupid. What the hell are you talking about? It is just not true. You're lying. So let's think about other kind of expressions in order to express your disagreement, but always in a decent way. Okay, so I think it's very important. Okay, I'm gonna look at the chat. Okay, my email naturally is, so it's I'm sending you my email. Okay, here we go. So you can write me if you would like to, whatever you want. whenever you want and whatever you want. All right, let's move on. So in a debate, we have two sides. Okay, we have two sides. That's very important. So we have the for sides, the affirmative side. So it's very important to understand this. And we have the against side or the negative side. So there is a topic. For example, cats are better pets than dogs. So this is the statement. And we have a for side. So who says that, yes, cats are the best pets and they are better than dogs. And the against side who says exactly the opposite. So this is how we separate these two sides. So for, you can argue for something, and you can argue against an affirmation. So you can be the affirmative group or its opposition, the negative group. So usually we use these expressions to describe these two sides. And there is another opposition. So you can use arguments when you would like to actually say why your topic is true. So why do you think that what you are saying is the right thing? So dogs are better than cats. Why? So you argue for this. So you have a statement and you say, I think that dogs are better than cats. And this is your statement. And you argue for this statement. But in a debate, which is more interesting, so if we stop here, this is just public speaking. And you are alone on the stage and you argue maybe to show the people that what you're saying is true. What you're saying is interesting. What you're saying is going to change the world. But in an argument, in a debate, we have the other side as well. And this is the most important side. And this is what we call actually rebuttal. Do you know this expression, rebuttal? So rebuttal is the most important part of debating. So it's very easy to argue. So you can prepare your arguments, but it's a little bit more difficult to prepare your rebuttal. The rebuttal is when you answer to a statement from the other side. So, for example, the affirmative side presented its arguments about that cats are better pets than dogs. So you heard many arguments from one side, and usually when they argue, you take some notes. So it's very important to take some notes in order not to forget what the arguments were from the other side. And it's essential to take notes. It's essential to take notes. So it's essential to understand the arguments of the other group. Then you can present from the other side a rebuttal. A rebuttal is showing that the arguments of the affirmative side were actually wrong, or they were confused, or they haven't shared enough information, or they hide some information from us. I hope you understand. Can you follow me until now? So you can send a yes if you can follow me. So the rebuttal is the counter argument or the response for the arguments of the affirmative side or of the negative side. So of course the affirmative side can also use rebuttal as a response to the arguments of the negative side. Okay, let's see. Yes, okay. Majo said yes. Very good. Yes, from Rocio. Okay. Okay. So, any questions until now? Do you understand? You can send me a message on the chat. Yes, Mary says okay. Nice to see you, Mary. Nice to see you here. Okay, can we move on? Can we move on? Okay, let's see. We are moving on. So, if you would like to become a good debater, let's see the, okay, you have to, or you must be skillful at 4 things. 4 things. So it is very important. So you have to be skillful at agreeing. So when you agree with somebody, of course, contrasting opinions and disagreeing. So you can agree with somebody, you can disagree with somebody, but maybe the most important part is contrasting opinions. So you have 2 different sides, of course, and while you're speaking, you can agree with an argument, you can disagree with an argument, but maybe the most difficult is when you just partly disagree with an argument. So you disagree with one part, but you can't agree with the other part of the other's argument. And this is when we have to use, and this is the interesting part, paraphrasing. What do you think? What paraphrasing is? What paraphrasing is? What do you think? What paraphrasing is? Actually, if you would like to switch on your microphone and explain it, you can, or you can write a message as well. But there is no problem if you would like to switch on your microphone and just express yourself verbally. But you can write down your interpretation of paraphrasing. This is going to be a very, very important word today, paraphrasing. You can also, okay, Imanol, you can speak. Imanol.
Lucas says, Peter, explain with other words.
Yes, it's using different words to explain the same topic, explain with other words, definitely.
Yes, and Ariadna says, is using different words to explain the same topic.
Okay, definitely.
And I think is put some magic of my own to a content or a topic. Maybe I read or I already learn some facts and and maybe is the chance or the time or the moment that I already has to put my magic in my own words.
Exactly. It's very good. Very good. So Immanuel says, make a restatement of the meaning while using different words. Exactly. So this is it. And Adriana had the correct explanation as well, using different words to explain the same topic. Different words, I mean with your own words. That's very important. So using your own words, but to talk about, so without changing the message behind the text. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, it's again, it's easier to talk about paraphrasing than to do it, especially in a debate. But we are gonna look at some ideas here and how to use and how to actually or when to use paraphrasing exactly. Okay, so don't worry. But first, let's see how to agree, how to disagree, and how to contrast different opinions in a polite way, in a decent way. And this is when I would like to ask you, and this is the interesting part of this workshop, and I'm inviting you to brainstorming, okay? So I'm gonna divide you into 4 groups. How many are we? We're 20, oh my God, we are 20. But it's good, it's actually very good. So we are, okay, it's fantastic. So I'm gonna divide you to 4 groups. And all the groups are gonna have to switch on the microphone, and please switch on your camera as well, it's important. And I'm gonna share with you a link. That link is gonna send you into a page, which is called Padlet. And there in Padlet, I'm gonna explain you how it works. You are gonna find the following 4 topics. The first topic is how to introducing an idea, or how to introduce an idea. The second is how to express disagreement. The third is how to contrast different ideas. And the fourth is how to summarize ideas. So what expressions you can use to summarize some ideas, to introduce an argument, to express disagreement, or to contrast ideas. And I think our other co-host is here, Danila. Can you hear me, Danila?
Oh, good morning,
Hey.
everybody. So happy to be here again. Good to join you guys.
Okay. So we actually discussed, we did the introduction part, and we are moving on to the most interesting part, which is the brainstorming part. So I'm gonna share with you my screen. I'm gonna switch to Padlet, and first I'm gonna explain you how it works, okay? And then I'm sending you the link, and you're gonna find yourself in exactly the same page what I'm showing you. So, all right.
I already sent the link in the Zoom chat.
Very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, can you see my screen now? Okay, let's put it a little bit bigger. So if you would like to, let's concentrate on my screen first, okay? So you don't go to the Padlet link yet. I'm gonna explain you how it works. So I'm dividing you into 4 groups. These are called breakout rooms, and you are gonna be for your own. So we are not gonna be there with Danila. So you have to brainstorm. How do you brainstorm? So if you are in the first group, you're gonna have the topic introducing an argument. Okay. So how can you introduce an argument? And if you would like to add an expression for this, you can switch on or click on the plus button, and you put it. For example, introducing an argument in our or from our point of view, etc., etc. Okay, so it's a very basic way to introduce an argument. Okay, then if you are in the second group, so if you're in the first group, please concentrate only in the first topic, introducing an argument, and please don't write anything to the other 4 or the other 3 topics. Very good. Okay. So the second, expressing disagreement. I would put, I can't agree with you, for example. It's a very basic one, but you can think about some a little bit more interesting. You can use different verbs. You can use different phrases, and we are going to see what you got. Then contrasting ideas. Usually we use here on the one hand, and you say, on the one hand, cats can be really, really nice, but on the other hand, they have some really difficult moments. I don't know. So you go for this, and then you say on the other hand. So you can show one argument for and one argument against. So you are contrasting these two ideas. And to summarizing what you said, this is very important for a debate, especially in competitions. It's very, very important. The last speaker has to sum up all the arguments, what they actually they presented. It's very important. So I don't know, to sum up the most important points, and you put something down. Okay, so these are just examples, but you are going to have to only concentrate on one column. So if you are in group 1, you work only in introducing ideas. If you are in group 2, expressing disagreement, and so on. Do you understand this? Okay. If you understand this, then I'm dividing you into several small groups.
Have some seconds, Peter, before that?
Yes, of course.
I would like to say something about brainstorming. I know it's a really popular technique nowadays, but in case that you're unfamiliar with that, the idea of brainstorming is just to get the most quantity of ideas that you can. So it's good to, exactly, I would like to say that it's good just not to have any prejudgment, even though you think that it might be a bad idea. There are no bad ideas in brainstorming. So go for it. And I'm there to, to say, okay, maybe, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if this phrase would be a contrasting ideas phrase, but one of the good things about brainstorming is that we're just like listing ideas. So don't be afraid to put any phrase that you can come up with or invent your own, because that's the idea of a brainstorming. So it's just to get some more context about how this really good technique works. Yes, having said that.
Very good. Okay, so I created 4 groups. You're going to have 10 minutes to work. If you do it a little bit faster, then you can you can get to know each other. Okay, so you can go, where are you from? What do you do here? But please speak in English if it is possible, because then you can actually practice your English. Okay, try to speak in English if it is possible. And of course, write down everything in English. I don't want to see any Spanish words here. So we are practicing our English now. We know that you speak very well Spanish. We know that already. So let's go for English. Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay, Nacho has entered. So group 1, pay attention. Group 1 is gonna be Juan Carlos, Lucas, Mary, Rocio, Isaida. I can see there is a problem because Daniela, you are also in one of the groups. So what I'm doing now is that
don't worry, I can get in and then I can get out.
Yes, you can get out. Okay. But I'm moving you to the first group. And I'm going to change you with Mary. Why? Because then if you go out, then in the first group, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 participants. That's why if you go out, then there are 4. And in the other group also 4, and all the groups 4. Okay. And Majo, would you like to participate in one of the groups?
Yes, of course.
Oh, great. Okay. Amazing, amazing. Okay, then let's do it. So room 1 again, room 1. So the first topic, introducing an argument. Juan Carlos, Lucas, Rocio, Isaida. Okay. Second group, expressing disagreement. Katiuska, Mariluz, Mary, Pedro is here. Don't worry. So if Pedro is not here, then you are only 3, but don't worry about it. So then you have breakout room 3, contrasting ideas, Ariadna, Luciana, Majo, y Virginia. And Virginia, sorry. And breakout room 4, summarizing, is Luis, Imanol, and Leonel. Okay, are you ready? You have 10 minutes. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. See you back in 10 minutes. Bye-bye. You have to accept that you are assigned to a breakout room. All right. Hey, Mario, I'm going to assign you to a breakout room. So they are going to explain you what to do. Okay, so you are going to participate in a brainstorming. So you can go to breakout room 4. Okay, I'm assigning you. Please accept it. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. And now I'm changing. So for everyone who is watching us on YouTube, don't worry, because we prepared something for you as well. So we prepared for you our solution or our recommendations for these 4 brainstorming topics. Very good. So let's see. Okay, let's go for this. And I'm changing to the big version of it. All right. So let's see. So introducing an argument. I'm going to talk about introducing an argument, and then Danny, you can talk about expressing disagreements, and I'm going to contrasting ideas, and yeah, and you finish with summarizing. Very good. So these are just some expressions. So there are, you can use other ones as well. This is just some recommendations. So when we talk about, and we are debating in a group, we usually use we. So we talk in first person plural. Why? Because we are representing the group and the group's point of view. So we usually use we. I've forgotten to tell this to the others, but no worries. We are gonna. It's better because then we are gonna correct them, so they are gonna know it better and remember this better. So the first, what you can say, for example, first of all, we would like to state or say, and you put your statement. So this is introducing an argument or statement. It's very important. So, for example, first of all, we'd like to state that dogs are better pets than cats. Okay, and then you continue. Why do we think that? There are several arguments for this statement, and you start. First of all, or first, I would like to mention that, etc., etc. So you introduce an argument. Okay, you can say to begin with, etc., etc., and you put your argument here. Let's choose a topic, Dani. What we are gonna discuss about, so we can give better examples. Do you have a favorite topic for discussion?
Let's see. Nothing too complicated. Nothing
No.
too serious. I don't
Abortion.
know.
Let's start with abortion. It's easy topic to talk about. I'm just joking.
Polemic. Yes. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think about deciding whether summer or winter, like which one is better, or talking about some animal?
Oh, it's right. Better or summer? Sorry,
Yeah.
better or winter or summer? Would you like to go for winter or summer?
I would like to go for winter.
Winter. So
Yeah.
it's very important that.
So we have.
That first you have to start with. Hey, Ignacio. Ignacio, we are. Oh no. Are you here? I can't see you.
No.
Yes.
Now, yes.
Now.
No.
Connecting to audio. Okay. So while he's connecting, I would like to say that it's very important to have a statement, and this statement, it's better when it's positive, because if it's a negative statement, it is going to be very difficult to organize your ideas. Okay, so winter is the best season of the year, or summer is the best season of the year. Ignacio, hi. I'm gonna put you into a breakout room. And it is going to be breakout room 4, I think, because there are just 2 people. I don't know why. Okay. So please accept the assignment so you can work with the others. I don't know if it is working. Okay. So Ignacio, if you would like to join to the breakout room, you have to accept the assignment. Okay, so for or against. So let's say that the statement is.
I think winter is the best season. That will be my.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
This is your statement. So my statement is that summer is the best season. So first of all, we would like to state that the summer is the best season. Why? To begin with, and you can continue, to begin with, for example, in Tucumán, the sugar factory is not working during the summer. So you can be outside without breathing polluted air. That would be one of the most important arguments here in Tucumán, but it's a local problem. And you can get easier, you can go easier on holiday during the summertime, because everybody is on holiday, and usually you know, it depends on where do you work, but usually the holiday season is the holiday season. So this is the best part of the year. Nobody would argue that. So you can travel with your family, your children are not in school, etc., etc. Okay. You can say our position is that summer is a much better season than winter. And as far as we are concerned, this is because of, and you can continue your argument. The point we want to raise is that during summertime, your children are free as well. So you can be together with your family and you can pass more time with them and you can enjoy to stay outside. So you are not only inside in the house, so you can connect with nature and actually the connection with nature is scientifically approved, etc., etc. Or we would like to point out that during summertime, people are happier. And this is a scientific fact. For example, I don't know. We are not prepared for this argument scientifically, but these are some examples. So you introduce a new argument with these kind of expressions. We have only 10 seconds.
Okay, let's quickly go through the other ones. So you can also have this expressing disagreement phrases, where what you do is exactly say that what you believe, it's not what the other person is saying. So one of the phrases that we have is like the most common one, let's say, we have to disagree because, and then your own thoughts. We have to disagree because actually winter is a time of the year when you can be inside and have a really warm cup of tea and enjoy the being inside. And then you put your statements there. Another one is the issue that our opponents fail to address are. I will just read them so we can go through all of them before everybody comes, because otherwise it will take too long. So we are afraid we can't go all the way with our opponents on the topic that your opponents are talking about. And then you state your own point of view, your group's point of view. You cannot seriously suggest. I lost. You cannot seriously suggest.
It's a harder, yeah. All right. I think we have to go back. Hi, Virginia. We have to go back to the big room, and we are gonna continue with this explanation. So I'm closing up the breakout rooms now. Okay. So I'm closing up. So people are coming back from their missions. Okay, very good. So please accept, please come back. All right. Okay, so it is automatically closing in 5 seconds. If they're not accepting now. And now we are full. So everybody is back.
Perfect.
Everybody is back now. Very good. Okay. How was it, guys? How was it? You can write down your experience in the chat. While I'm gonna see what you've done today.
Peter.
Yes.
Hello. Good morning. We couldn't write it down in Padlet, but we write in.
Really?
In our, yes, I don't know what it doesn't work, but we have expressions here.
Oh
anyway.
my God. Oh, it's maybe what happened. Okay, but no worries. If you wrote down your expressions, it's perfect, because I can take notes while you are presenting. So I would like to ask the first group to present their ideas or their expressions. So I'm going to take notes while you're speaking. So we are going to have a full Padlet, what we can share with you after this session. Okay.
Perfect.
But thank you very much, Rocio. It was really cool. Okay. So Rocio, are you from group 1? Yes, definitely. Yes. I can see that. Okay. Okay, just a sec. I'm going back to, okay, Pella. All right. Okay, I'm all ears.
Okay, so we write it, we're convinced that.
We are convinced.
Convinced that.
We are convinced by, okay, that, and then you can continue. So we are convinced by, because it's a passive structure. Okay. Very good.
Okay. I got it. So the other, it's in our point of view, that it's like common. And
very good.
We think that it's our idea. As a matter of fact.
Very good.
The other says, if we're talking about, for example, cats and dogs, like blah, 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 I would like to say.
Okay, if we, about something, yes.
I would like to say,
okay, very good. I would like to say, etc. Very good.
And most people think that.
Okay, most people think that. It is more like contrasting points. So when you say most people think that, you say what? And then you connect with a counter argument. Nevertheless, it is not true, okay? Because and you put your arguments. But okay, so exactly. So I'm going to put this to contrasting ideas in order to have everything organized. So nevertheless, so this is a good connector for this. Nevertheless.
And I think the last one is, it's also for contrasting ideas. It says, it's a certain that.
Yes, it's certain that, but you would continue with that. Okay.
That would be another contrasting, but.
Yes, okay. Very good.
And that's all.
Again, can you repeat the last one?
Yes, the last one says, it's a certain that.
It's certain that, but, very good. It's certain that, very good. Actually, these are very good. So from our point of view, we are convinced by that. In our point of view, okay, it's like the same that from our point of view. So I'm gonna delete this. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about
that.
I think that's very good. I think that. Okay. Excellent. And we are having some, okay. Okay, very good. Okay. Anything else to add? And now I'm asking all the people here. You can switch on your microphone and just express yourself. Don't worry. Any other opinions how to introduce an idea, an argument?
Hi, Peter. I am also part of group 1.
Hey, yes.
I would like to say we believe that. Do we write down that?
Okay, very good. We believe that. Okay, very good. we believe that. Of course, you can use that, and it's a good one. It's a good one. We believe that. Is that all? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Majo.
I'm
Please.
thinking in powerful questions. It could be a word or a way for introducing an argument. When they use a powerful question for introducing an argument, and what do you think, or what is, and you blah 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 refer about the definition or a concept.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's a question.
But very good.
Not sure.
Okay. So you can put something like that. From my point of view. So maybe the most important question to answer. Maybe the most important question to answer in relation with this topic. With cats and dogs, and or in relation to the topic, okay, is, and you ask the question, or you can say the answer, or the answer that we are all looking for. Sorry, the answer for the question we are all looking for and here you can actually put the answer for the question. Come on. Okay. Here, so you can put the question. Okay. So, and the answer for the question, you ask the question that we are all looking for is. It can be also very good. And powerful. Very good, actually. I like it.
Yes, I think we have a really good list now. And I would like to say that I think also questions are really powerful for introducing arguments.
Exactly.
So that's a really, really good suggestion to start in a way like that, because it also, you know, gets your audience attention. Okay, what do you think about, like, it makes the people think, okay, what do I think about that question? So it's really a smart move. Yes.
Very, very smart move. Very smart move. Very good, Majo. Thank you very much. And we've put some other expressions as well, but we would like to share with you. I don't know if I can do that. No, I can't do that. Okay. So first of all, we would like to state or say that. Okay. So you can use this expression as well. To begin with, these are also.
Peter, also we are receiving YouTube comments, and
very good.
Yes, from YouTube.
Excellent.
Yes, from YouTube. In our opinion, for group 1, and we are afraid we strongly disagree with you because from group 2.
Very good. Very good. We strongly disagree with you. We strongly disagree. Disagree with you. Excellent. Because.
Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, very good. Yes, and another very good way to put this, for the first one, our position is, and you put the statement. So our position is, it's a very nice way to start the statement, that dogs are better pets than cats. And as far as we concerned, it's a very nice expression, because you are saying that you are not an expert on the topic, but you have some opinions and you read some books, or you already studied this topic. So as far as we are concerned, or as far as I'm concerned, if you are alone on the stage, and this is something important, if you are representing a group, always use we, okay? So because you are talking in the name of the group, so always use first person singular when you say, so in our opinion, very good. Our position is, and as far as we are concerned, okay? Not that my position is, and as far as I'm concerned. No, always talk in the name of the group. In debates of Hotasai, of JCI, there are groupal debates. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Yes, we are gonna talk about this as well. Okay, so it's a very good one. Aha, there's another very good one. The points we want to rise. Okay, so maybe in the middle of the debate, you can say the point we want to rise is, if it is a new idea or a new argument you're introducing, we would like to point out that. Point out is a very nice phrasal verb for you to use if you would like to introduce another topic. All right. Oh my God, we have.
Yeah, or sorry, to make also an emphasis of something that you have said, you know, not as much as you would like to. So these two last phrases are good for, you know, coming back to topic that passed and you would like to give more emphasis to it.
Yes, and you can use this word actually, and I really like emphasize. So the verb emphasize. So we would like to emphasize. Emphasize. For example, that we are not against something. For example, it is just an example. Against. I don't know. So if you are talking about really difficult topics, and the other side is saying that, okay, but for example, if you're talking about abortion, you can say that I would like to emphasize that we are not against life. So it's a very important way to put it, that you're emphasizing that we are not saying that we have to kill all the babies, for example. So to emphasize, it's a very important word in debates, I think. Okay, in order to underline, and this is another. Okay, emphasize or underline. This is another very good word. Underline.
We would
that
like.
We are not. We would like to. Very good. We would like to emphasize. If I'm committing mistakes, please tell me. So. Okay. Very good. Let's move on. Is there any other ideas, any other expressions you would like to share? If not, we are moving on to the other side, to expressing disagreement.
I want to ask you something. When you said, I'm convinced by, I would use, like, for example, I'm convinced by her behavior that she is a good girl, for example. But you could also say, I'm convinced that she is a good girl. You don't need to use by unless you are using by to say something.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I'm convinced that she's a good girl. Yeah. Or I'm convinced by that her
by
personality.
Something that she.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Okay, so by, I'm putting by in brackets. So we are convinced that, or we are convinced by that. Am I right? Is it good, or how would you put it at?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
It was just because I
It's
was.
Yes, Ariadna, you are totally right. You are totally right.
Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out.
No problem.
Point out. Can you see? It's a very, very good phrasal verb. Okay. Expressing disagreements. Group 2. Who were in group 2 and who would like to speak? Group 2. Yes. Mariluz, very good.
Yeah. Hi.
The bravest one.
I know. Well, the first one is I can see your point of view. Nevertheless.
Okay, I can see your point of view. Very good. Nevertheless.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I disagree. And nevertheless, I can't go along with.
Yeah.
So we can put something here. Okay. Let's change it to we, okay? Just in order to, and here as well. Okay, so we can't agree with you. We can see your point of view. Nevertheless, I don't know, we can't accept, for example, okay? We can't accept blah, blah, blah. Okay. Very good.
The other one is we know what you mean, but
we know what you mean. Okay, I would say we understand.
okay.
Because it's a nicer and more decent way to react to something. We understand what you say. But we would you like to point out, for example. So and here you can see that we are using. So actually you are disagreeing, and then in the next phrase you are introducing a new argument, or this is what we call, if you remember what we mentioned, this is rebuttal. Do you remember that? Rebuttal. Okay, we were talking about it before we started this brainstorming. So this is a rebuttal. When you say something, so when the opposite side said an argument, and you say, okay, I understand, but I rebuttal. So I'm saying that it is actually not true, or there is another point of view as well. Very good. This is a rebuttal. Very good.
The next one is you're forgetting of, or we think, sorry, we believe you are forgetting of.
You are forgetting about, or you forget to mention that, or you forgot to mention that. Okay, I like it. Okay, let's see. As we can see, you forgot to mention that. Okay, it's a strong one. So it's a strong disagreement, I think. So it is actually, okay, but you can use it actually in. There are some moments when you can use this.
Okay.
In political debates, it's a very good argument, actually. So you forgot to mention that, I don't know, you spend all the money in something, and then we don't have any more money to do anything else. So you forgot to mention this. So you're accusing us not building something new in the city, but you forgot to mention that when we entered in position, we received the state without any money. So yeah, it can be a very good argument. Okay.
The next one is, I can't emphasize with you, and the reason is?
I can't. Sorry, I couldn't hear well the verb.
Emphasize.
Emphasize. Like empathic, and can be
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
no, it is yeah, empathize. Okay, emphasize like this. Okay, good. Okay, very good. Emphasize. Okay. No, come on. Okay. Come on. Empathize. Yeah. Okay. Empathize with you because
is
and the reason is okay. Whew, it's also a hard one. Okay, but maybe in some occasions you can use that.
Probably. Our group is full of ideas.
Very good. I like that.
Another, I think it's in spite of what you're saying, in spite of what you're arguing.
Very good. It's a very good expression. In spite of. Don't mix it with despite. Okay. Yeah. So you have in spite of and despite what you are saying. It's the same, but don't mix it like despite of. It doesn't exist. So, or if you have in spite of or despite what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Very good. Was with the verb despite. Despite yours is a good argument. I have to disagree with you.
Okay, I would change a little bit because if not, there is a contradiction in your. So if this is a good argument, then I disagree with you. So I would say, despite your argument sounds convincing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it just sounds convincing. It's not a good argument because actually, so this is why we are arguing. But if you say it is a good argument, but I disagree, it's like you are accepting that it was a good argument. Then why you disagree? So despite your argument sounds convincing, how would it continue?
I had to disagree with you.
Very good. We have to disagree.
Or we can change it to for I can go along or something like that.
I can't go along. I like it. We can't go along with you. Very good. Okay, that's very good. So despite your argument sounds convincing, we can't go along with you. Okay.
Something I would like to say about those words, despite and in spite of, is that you use them differently because what follows is different. So when you have despite, you usually use a clause or what we call like a phrase, like despite what you're saying, despite your argument. And when we say in spite of, we need a verb. And we don't need a verb in any kind of ways. We need a gerund, and that's a verb in ing form. Yeah. In spite of being blah, blah, blah. So the difference is also with what follows after the phrase. Be careful with that.
Great.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So of course, after in spite of, you have to use ing form if it is following by a verb. That's very important. Yes, definitely.
I have a lessons to add from this group too, and it is we think that we must prioritize.
Ah, very good. We think that we must prioritize. Prioritize. Come on. How would you say that?
Prioritize, I think.
Prioritize. No. Yeah. Okay. Very good. The thing that, I would say that this can be like introducing an argument, because you are introducing a new argument here. But it can stay here because it's not disagreement. It can be the second part. So you can say, in spite of what you're saying, we think we must prioritize. You understand?
Yeah.
So maybe we can connect with this. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Here. So in spite of what you're saying, we think that we must, and that's perfect. Because you are disagreeing and you are introducing an argument as well. Okay, very good. Any other ideas?
Can be.
Yes.
Can be. I'm not sure about that. Don't you think? On the question.
Don't you think that what you're saying? Whew, yeah, it's a heavy one. But yes, you can say so. Don't you think that? Okay, or what you're saying?
Yeah, but in the beginning, can we put, I'm not sure about that, and then don't you think?
Okay, in order to make it a little bit more decent. Okay, it can be interesting. Okay, so for example, no, because it's a too strong disagreement to say I'm not sure, but don't you think like it's a little bit like, so if you're not sure, then why you are disagreeing?
Yeah, I think
okay, so
that. Yeah, no, that is like.
I would say. Yes. Don't you think that? Don't you think that what you're saying? Yeah, that what you're saying can mislead people. People's can mislead in a way that, for example, it's a very good expression as well. Don't you think that what you're saying can mislead people? Or don't you say what you're saying is misleading? Maybe it's better in a way that.
And if, for example, if we are talking, the theme is talk about the most important persons in your life, for example, and you have, for example, the other person said, for me, friends are more important because blah blah blah, and you said, I'm not sure about that. Don't you think family is the most important person?
Okay, I'm not sure about that. Okay. Yes, I can accept it. I wouldn't use it a lot, but yes, because it's okay. But yes, and then here you can ask a question, and to introduce a question, it's very good. Okay, but don't you think that family is the most important thing? Okay, so that family is most important than friends, and then you put your arguments like
Yes, because blah blah blah.
yes, because if you are in hospital, your family is gonna be with you, and they are gonna do everything for your. Yeah, very good. Okay, yeah.
In the real debate, what happens in real debates? I think the debates teams are too strong and has no mercy if you show you a piece of doubt. So maybe the strategy of doubt or thinking or leave the people that are listening to you thinking about something, I will use to close my ideas, to finish my speech and my time. Because in the moment when I have to be strong and show my ideas in agree way or disagreement, it has no be doubt about what the team thinks and what the team is expressing. It's my opinion, but it's what makes you feel better and makes you feel comfortable when you are speaking or speaking. I don't know what Daniela and Peter thinks about it.
So you're referring to, don't you think that it is not the best way to express yourself?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's made me like it's not cold. It's not. It's a great color, and I need a very clear opinion and a point of view. So if I leave the space for doubt, I can feel you. I can connect with you with a double message.
I think it depends a lot on the context.
Yeah.
If we are debating with my friends, I would always say, hey, I'm not sure about that. Don't you think that we should go to watch the new Spider-Man movie? And that would be okay because you try to soften your disagreement. It's like, okay, I'm not sure. Don't you think? So it's quite soft in a way. But that would work with family or friends or something that you don't want to have a fight about. But if we're debating in a debate context, in a political debate, or in the JCI debates that we will have soon, then I don't recommend to use it because of what Majo is saying, that it's a little bit soft. That either, like, if you're not sure about it, why should I think about what you're suggesting?
Exactly.
So it depends on the context.
Yeah.
With my friends, I will not go like, don't you think that you're misleading the people by saying that we should go watch the new X-Men movie? No, I think we should go watch the Spider-Man movie. I don't know. Then I wouldn't use that phrase with my friends. But in a debate, you need to show certainty. You need to show that you know where you're standing. That's why it's worth listening to you, because you know what you're talking about and you know what you're defending. So it depends on the context.
Yeah, actually, now I think politically correctness in debates are losing. So debates are heavier than before, and from my point of view, it's so I really don't like politically correctness because it's banning words, and when you ban words, it's Orwellian, and when it's Orwellian, it's very, very dangerous. So actually, you can use some heavier phrases as well. And I think, don't you think, is something like that. And it's actually not the way we teach assertive communication. Because when we talk about assertive communication, it is not a good phrase to use. because you can only express your point of view. But actually, when you say, don't you think, in a debate, you're not only asking your opposition, but you're also asking the people who are listening to you. So you're addressing this message and you make them think. And then you put a rhetorical question, what everybody can answer for itself, or himself or herself or themselves. Okay? So it is actually not a bad thing to use in debates. It's especially when it's a heated debate. A heated debate, I say that there are very strong oppositions, and so when it's a really good debate, when you really are debating about an important and relevant topics, not about something like dogs or cats, but something which is really, really important for us and for our society. So yeah, it can be, I think, it can work. It can work. Okay, any other, let's move on, because we still have 3. Yes, so, but anything else to add here? But these are very good expressions, actually. Okay, let's check on, I'm checking on my list. Okay, we have to disagree because these issues that our opponents fail to address. Okay, the issues that our opponents fail to address. And you can sum up a little bit. It's also a little bit strong, but it can be very powerful. We are afraid we can't go all the way with our opponents on. So you can, and this is important, because you can call the other side as our opponents. And this is a very good expression. That's why I'm putting to our list as well. So we are afraid we can't go all the way with our opponents on, and you paraphrase, and here where paraphrasing is important, you paraphrase what they said. Yeah, using other words to describe what they were talking about. Very good. And here is a very strong one. You can't seriously suggest that. With this, you can destroy somebody. So no problem. If somebody has told a stupid thing and you say that, oh my God, this is the moment we can destroy the other team, then this is a very strong disagreement. You can't seriously suggest something. You can't be serious. So you're calling the attention that what you're saying is really, really wrong. And you're calling the attention, why is it wrong? Okay, so you can use these weapons as well. Okay, very good. Let's move on. Contrasting ideas. This is maybe one of the most interesting parts. On the one hand, on the other hand. This is a good one. So you put, on the one hand, we have this, but on the other hand, we have that. Most people think that, nevertheless, and it's certain that you say, but our opinion is completely different. And you say, why? And now, please, contrasting ideas team.
Yeah,
the stage is yours.
We had a problem with the fact that you can express disagreement by contrasting ideas. So we had like to choose which connectors we will choose instead of saying just I disagree. We needed to find some connectors that will contrast the ideas within our own speech. So we choose while it's true that in fact something else.
Can you repeat it, please, again?
While it's true.
While it is true.
That.
That.
In fact, something else.
Very good. In fact, very good. Okay. In fact is a very good connector here. Excellent.
Then it's true that, however.
If It is true that.
No, it's true. Sorry.
It's true that. Again. Okay. Okay. Nevertheless.
Yeah, you had it. I didn't say it because you had it on top. Yeah.
Yes, but what have you said?
I said,
sorry.
However.
However, very good.
Yeah.
However.
Yes, however.
Very good connector.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have, in fact, however, nevertheless. Very good. These are very important connectors for contrasting ideas. Okay.
We also choose whereas. The problem is that I will say it alone because you have to say something else. But whereas something happens, something else. So whereas my family is sleeping, I'm awake, for example.
Sorry. Where else? Or
no, whereas. Like.
Whereas. Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Whereas. So. Okay. Can you say a phrase, an example for that?
Whereas today is cold, climate change is real. For example. Or in spite of today being cold, climate change is real.
Yes, exactly. For example, you are increasing the production of bioethanol, or you're increasing the production of the sugar factories, whereas the climate is facing climate change, I don't know, repercussion or whatever, you know. So then you are contrasting the idea of expanding production, what is going on currently with the pig production for China. You will increase the amount of people who are going to work for pig production, but on the other hand, you will damage the climate, but I'm not so sure. But anyway, that's the various way I work.
Very good.
Very good. So, excellent example.
Excellent example. Of course, Virginia is an expert on this topic. So it's very nice to see you here, Virginia. Okay. Anything else you would like to share?
Whether or like whether something happens or something else happens, we arrive to the same conclusion.
I'm not sure if am I writing down?
I think the A is
yeah.
H.
Yeah. Whether yes. Whether
WH.
Yes.
There's the phrase that it says whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot, we will weather the weather. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I won't put it. You can look for it.
Okay.
But it's very good. So can you give another example? Just in order to, yeah, it's a good example, but let's not use whether and whether in the same. So so it is confusing. That's why I'm saying.
Whether you choose to believe me or you don't, something will happen. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna die. Okay. Okay. Very good.
And then we had in spite of, but you could use it on expressing disagreement as well.
Very good. In spite of, despite, I'm just putting them down so you can keep in mind that you can use them for contrasting ideas.
And we also wrote down as well as that can be used to add something to a topic, but it can also be used to contrast an idea.
Very good. Can you say an example again?
I have no imagination.
Come on, you're great. Don't you tell me. You wrote a speech which was like astonishing.
Just that I had time today.
Okay.
The plants are dying, as well as the ocean water is rising.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Okay. Very, very good. Okay. So this is actually not contrasting, but maybe connecting ideas.
yes, that's what I said. You can use it to connect an idea or to connect the two ideas that seem to be completely different.
Yeah, parallel ideas, okay?
Yeah.
Or connecting parallel ideas, I'm gonna, because there are many expressions for this. So I'm gonna put it here. Very good. Okay, it's just amazing. Then maybe we have other expressions for that. For example, the more you work, the more you gain, you know, or something like that. So this is like connecting two ideas as well. So the better you speak English, the higher chance you have to get an awesome job or something like that. I don't know. It is a stupid example, but you understand. So the better, so you use a comparative phrase. The better you do something, the more you get, for example. I don't know if you understand this, but you can use this to connect ideas. Very good. Okay, anything else? Ariada, very good work you've done. So it's an amazing work what you've done.
Here,
Okay.
Luciana says in the chat, opponents may argue that, but in fact, I think it's really.
Oh, very good. I like it. I'm gonna copy it. Where are you? Okay. Yes. Opponents. Okay, very good. Okay. Excellent. Opponents may argue that, but in fact, excellent. So you can see that expressing disagreement and introducing a new idea are together. So we are putting together these two components while we are contrasting ideas. So this is a trick here. Very good. Okay. Anything else, Ariadna?
No, I don't have anything else written down.
Okay, I think it is going to be enough.
I mean,
so let's move on to group.
Sorry.
Yes.
We had nonetheless, also, nevertheless, and nonetheless, but that's it.
Okay, I'm going to put it here. Like this, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting it like this. Very good. Okay, let's move on to summarizing group 4.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but we can hear your echo. So maybe you are listening it on YouTube as well, and it is making some echo or something like that. Nah, it's perfect.
Okay. Well, we have different ideas. In first place, we started with here in the final or in the last analysis.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Another one would be
Sorry, I'm putting it in the wrong column. Yes. We would like to say, or something like that. Very good.
Another one would be as putting the information all together.
As, very good. Putting the information all together. We can come to a conclusion. Sorry, I'm just putting the connectors here.
Yeah, don't worry.
Conclusion.
The other one we put was in effect, from what we have heard.
Okay, can you repeat the first part?
In effect.
The first.
In effect.
In effect, is this all? Okay. Okay.
Another one would be, finally, we would like to sum up saying that.
Okay, very good. Finally, we would like to sum up. Yes, saying that, or our most important arguments. Okay. Or something like that. Okay, very good. Finally, we would like to sum up our most important arguments, and then you go first, second, third, if you would like to. Very good.
Afterwards, we also put, after considering all the relevant facts.
Very good. Okay. Sorry, I'm putting we can say just to connect this.
Okay, and then we also said, in order to summarize all says.
Very good. In order to summarize. And how do you finish? Sorry, summarize.
In order to summarize all says.
Summarize all facts. Am I right? Very good.
Well,
okay. We can.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. So just a sec. We can conclude. Okay. So it's like a conclusion. Okay. No. It's not good. Sorry. In order to summarize all facts. Sorry. It's good like this. Sorry. Yeah. We can move on. Sorry.
And then we use quite shorter expressions such as on balance.
And how would you continue this? So what would you use afterwards? On balance?
Oh, we can say that, or we can summarize saying that.
Okay. We can summarize. Okay. Okay.
And those were all the ones we thought about.
Very good. Anything else to add? Think about it. And while I'm sharing with you some other expressions. I haven't put the other contrasting ideas, what I've put down. So let's just jump back, and then we are going back to summarizing. Okay, for example, this one, it's a good one. We are all in favor with almost everything our opponents have been saying, but we strongly disagree with the following idea. Okay, so maybe this is more like disagreeing. Sorry, so I'm going to put this to disagreeing because it is disagreeing. Very good. And in contrast to what our opponents said about something, we are absolutely convinced by. So this is also connecting two different sides. So it can be another one. And in summary, conclusion, we want to point out, for example, it's also a nice way to say it, to recap the main points, of this debate. For example, to sum up, we would like to say, we would like to say, so I'm correcting it. Let us recapitulate our point. Recapitulate. It's also a good one. In a nutshell, I don't know if you know this expression. In a nutshell, we are trying to, in a nutshell, what we are trying to say is that, so there is a mistake. Well, okay. What we are trying to say is that, as a final word, let us summarize our point of view. It's also a good way to finish your debate. Okay, anything else you would like to add? We have many. After we express, yes.
I have a little idea here.
Yes.
I think in a few words, like in a few words, we can conclude or we can end.
Very good. In a few words, we can conclude. Very good. Okay. Zaida, after we expressed our ideas, we can have the following conclusion. Okay. I would say after expressing our ideas, no, but it was right. It was all right. After we expressed, okay, our ideas, we can have the following conclusion. Okay, I can accept it. Anything else to add? No. Okay. Very good. So actually, just a few words about paraphrasing. So when do you use paraphrasing? In all these summarizing or contrasting ideas. So for example, when you say this, we are like this, we are all in favor with almost everything our opponents have been saying, but we strongly disagree with the following idea. So here you actually repeat the idea what the other group expressed with your own words. So it's here, for example, it's very important. Or actually we use it many times. Many times if we are discussing, for example, if we would discuss with Danila, which is the best month of the year, the best season of the year. You go for winter and I go for summer. So which is the most the best season of the year? And your statement is that winter is the best season of the year. And I say, So, and actually here it's important to mention that when we start a debate, it's very important to put the statement. So one statement, so it is not about a question. It is not about several options. So you go for a statement, so you have to say, in this case, that the statement is what we are debating about, that summer is the best season of the year. Or winter is the best season of the year. You can choose, but you can't put like a topic for a debate like, what is the best season of the year? Because then it is very difficult to argue about a question. So the topic is always have to be a statement when we argue. Okay, I don't know if you understand. So here the statement can be that winter is the best season of the year, and Danila starts to argue, and I counter argue. So I'm going to be in the negative side, in the opposition, in the against side. Can we show that?
Let's do it. So, winter is definitely the best time of the year. To begin with, you can sit inside with your family and drink a hot chocolate and feel comfortable in your home and be in bed. What is more, during the winter, we have to be all inside, and we have to keep ourselves healthy. So for that, it's important that we can stay inside. And what I mean here is that if we have the possibility, we can enjoy the winter in such a way.
Okay, I can see what you're saying by staying inside the house can actually be joyful for the people. But on the other hand, I have to mention that it is just not true. So if you are always inside and if you don't go outside of your house, you can't connect with the nature itself. And we know, and this is a scientific fact, that connection with the nature can actually decrease stress and can decrease depression. So I really can't understand your point when you are saying that staying inside and staying in bed in a dark room or something like that can have any positive effect to society. I can strongly disagree with this statement. And what I'm saying here, what I'm trying to say here, that actually during the summertime, when you go outside, you go for trekking, you go for some trips with your friends, with your family, this is how you can really connect with people. This is how you can really connect with nature. And that is why people feel happier during the summertime. And this is also a scientific fact.
Yes, I can say that you have a point there. And however, I believe that winter is a time for retrospection, where you can think and reflect about yourself and about what you have been doing, since it can be, in some places, it can be really hard to enjoy nature, as you were saying. So even though I get your point, I believe that it's not 100% true that every people or every person can go outside and feel and connect with nature. For example, people in countries where there's a lot of storms and there's no people taking care of the streets, it can be really hard to go outside because snow is everywhere and the paths are covered. So I believe that it's really important to think of the positive effects winter can have on people, such as the idea of reflecting and being more focused on other kind of activities that stimulate your mind and stimulate your feelings from another perspective than just being outside.
I really see your point when you're saying that when you close up your words and you stay inside, you can be more reflective and you can concentrate on yourself and maybe discover yourself. But at the same time, I have to mention, and I would like to emphasize that this is not how you actually get better, because if you would like to discover yourself, you have to move. I think it's very important. So you have to leave your comfort zone. And this is what during winter time is difficult, as you pointed out. So for example, if you have a huge snow mountain in front of your door and you can't go outside, it can be even stressful. How can I get to work? How can I get to school? Now I'm closing up. Maybe I have some problems and I'm overthinking these problems because I'm reflecting too much on who am I, what problems do I have, etc., etc. So the best way to think, and we know it from the very beginning of philosophy as well. So Greeks were thinking while they were walking, actually. And if you're living in a small apartment in the middle of the city, it's very difficult to think because you don't have place where you can move. And maybe the most important argument here is this quarantine. So people are more depressed while they are enclosed. And people need to go out. And I think you can agree with this because we were talking before the debate and you said that I need to go out. I need to meet with my friends. So you really need social connection in order to keep your mind safe and healthy. Okay, and we can move on
Yes.
But it's an interesting topic to talk about. Of course, it's not so relevant because you have winter and you have summer. So you can't do anything about it.
The fact that you have them both.
Exactly.
But
So
it's a matter of taking a position around it.
Exactly. And using your mind, because you can feel that your brain is working and you are paying attention. This is what we mentioned before. How important is listening actively to the other side? Because this is where you can use actually paraphrasing. So if you are not paying attention what the other said, then you can't argue. So that's why in English we use paraphrasing a lot, because with paraphrasing I'm showing to my opponent that I understood her points. So when I say I understand what you mean by, and I repeat her words, and I'm showing her that, okay, you understood my point. Yes. And, but what? And I say, okay, but look at this. Look at the other side of the conversation. Okay. So this is paraphrasing and we invite you to practice because it's not so easy, but we don't have enough time to go inside paraphrasing deeply. So in order to sum up, or as Adriana suggesting in the chat, all in all, we can say, and let's go back to because many people joined us after the first time. So after we started actually the first part of the debate or this debate session. So it's very important to prepare for the debate. So that's why we say think before you speak, read before you think. Prepare yourself for the topic. That's very important. So you have to put down the arguments and you have to put down the counter arguments as well. That's why debating is difficult. A debate participant's goal is to make a convincing yet respectful argument. Never go personal. Never go personal. Because we are talking about the topic, not about the other person's personality, for example, or what the other person did. Okay, that's very important. Then we've seen debate is the art of decent disagreements. Yes, it's a very nice way to put it as well. Maybe sometimes decent is not true. And it is not, I think it is not a problem. But let's start decently and then we can go then we can create a heated debate. But let's go first, let's try to figure out the different points and the different arguments, and then we can go deeper, and then we have stronger words to use because we got to know each other. But in the first part, it is a decent disagreeing, and maybe it converts itself to something more difficult, but it's a heated debate. But it's important that you are going to practice this in groups. So in groups, you have to be very, very respectful, because what we had here with Danila is a one-to-one debate. It's much more easier, and we can. I can stop when I would like to, and you can interrupt me when you would like to. In a group debate, it is just not possible. And we are going to talk about it very, very fast as well. So we were talking about a little bit of vocabulary. So you can debate for, so you can be in the affirmative side, or you can debate against the statement. You can be in the negative side. So you can use arguments, and you can use rebuttal. The rebuttal is the response for the arguments when you show why it isn't true, or you show a different point of view. Concentrate on these skills, what we mentioned: agreeing, contrasting opinions, disagreeing, and paraphrasing. Okay, so we have the two sides, agreeing and disagreeing. Let's compare opinions. That's very important while you're debating, and use paraphrasing in order to show that you understand the argument of the other side, and then you can make a counter agreement and destroy your opponent. No, I'm just, yeah, but it's, yeah, this is how it works. Very good. Brainstorming. So we did a brainstorming, introducing arguments, expressing disagreement, contrasting ideas, summarizing, and we put some other topics of comparing parallel ideas or connecting parallel ideas. So let's talk about how do we put all this information in practice. And I would like to ask, I don't know if Majo is here. Majo, do you copy?
Yes, I'm here.
So maybe we can explain a little bit how debates in JCI work. And I'm putting you the slides, so I'm moving on. Okay. So for example, we have a topic here.
Yes, I like this slide very much because the millennial generation is sociable, and yes, and the young people has so many ideas and opinion that needs to be expressed, and maybe it's the start and the beginning for changes that we need in our world and our community and our society. So if you like everything that we've been learning and training, it's the time for practice. And the best way to put this in practice is about debate. So Peter, you can move the next one slide.
Of course. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we have this coin here.
Yes, from JCI, we are gonna share a list of topics based on World Organization of ODS. It's about the subject sustainable, about the worldwide organization that I already know maybe. And from these topics, we are gonna put some coin in the air for two teams, and depends what is your option. One team is going to be agree with a statement, and other one is against with that statement. The teams are formed by 3 people. There's 3 members against and in favor for a motion or a statement, and we have time. We have 5 minutes for every team to expose his opinion or his arguments. And next one.
Yes.
And a leader team or the captain explain itself in the first for 2 minutes. The team A, the leader is 2 minutes to speak, and the other team leader has 2 minutes, and the next team members has 3 minutes to contrast his arguments or opinions, or find the strategy to use the active listen for make his opinion agreed or disagreements.
And then we come back to the leaders, and they have 2 more minutes to speak. Am I right?
Yes.
To finish and sum up.
Yes, to finish.
Very good. And we have...
The top part is we have a judge or 3 members that we are gonna be outside watching the teams, his opinion, debates, and arguments, and they're gonna grade and put some points for define who is the winning team.
And there's somebody who is gonna check the time.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So the time is actually measured, so you don't have more time to speak. So there are gonna be somebody who are gonna check the time always and tell you if you have 1 minute left or 30 seconds left or something like that.
The time, in fact, is the very critical point when there are 2 strong teams, because where there are very 2 strong teams that are very same strong and opinions and strategy, the time makes the difference. For 1 or 2 points, maybe it's the critical point.
All right, I think we can change to Spanish because I haven't translated these points because I consider it not necessary and I didn't have enough time. So we have all these points, as you can see in Spanish, but you can check it out.
But I am gonna introduce to Pedro Araujo, local president JCI 2020, for make this content. Welcome again.
Welcome again. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to change of language. Muchísimas gracias, Daniela y Peter, por la excelente capacitación. Y vamos a ir como más o menos rápido para que puedan tener en cuenta qué es lo que se va a evaluar en esta competencia. Nosotros evaluamos el contenido y la argumentación, o sea, el qué están diciendo, pero también evaluamos mucho el cómo lo dicen. Por eso tuvimos una capacitación de lenguaje corporal, en el cual vamos a evaluar la voz, vamos a evaluar las diferentes formas en las cuales ustedes expresan y argumentan respecto a lo que dice la otra persona también. Y también, como son equipos de trabajo, también evaluamos mucho el trabajo en equipo. Si realmente todos los miembros del equipo tienen un mismo argumento, manejan la misma información y realmente se nota que están convalidando unos a otros los argumentos que están utilizando y la forma de decirlo. Y obviamente el tiempo empleado, porque es muy importante saber de que el tiempo vale oro y sobre todo en el debate vale puntos. ¿Bien? Siguiente, por favor. No sé si hay algo más. Si no, les voy a...
Just a sec. Oh my God. No, thank you. Just solo esto.
Esto es debate. O sea, el debate es grupal. O sea, van a ser 3 contra 3 y nosotros, podemos ser nosotros o algunos otros miembros más de JCI, vamos a ser los jurados. Ahora, si quieren en vez de debatir, quieren participar solos o no tienen un equipo o quieren ponerse a prueba en oratoria, oratoria es dar un discurso de un tema designado. Por ejemplo, les vamos a dar una semana de anticipación el tema al cual van a tener que preparar un discurso sobre ese tema. Yo les digo, por ejemplo, esto que hablaban de los millennials, podemos decir la importancia de los millennials en las políticas públicas. O sea, la influencia de los millennials en las políticas públicas. Ese va a ser el tema general. Ustedes tienen que preparar un discurso de cualquier cosa que quieran decir al respecto, ¿bien? Y van a tener que darlo, en este caso en inglés, pero también lo pueden hacer en español, tanto debate como oratoria lo pueden hacer en español o en inglés. En el caso de oratoria, van a tener exactamente de 5 a 7 minutos para hablar. Ese es el tiempo con el cual ustedes tienen que estar hablando, dando su discurso, ¿bien? Recuerden que el público no participa, o sea que esto no es algo interactivo. Sí pueden hacer preguntas retóricas, pueden hacer esas preguntas abiertas que se suelen hacer, pero acá lo importante es que ustedes hablen entre ese tiempo. Mientras que cumplan el tiempo, 5 minutos exactos, listo. No se pueden pasar de los 7, y es algo muy interesante para ponerse a prueba en cómo dar un discurso largo, porque no es lo mismo estar debatiendo en el cual uno está interactuando con las otras personas, a estar hablando 5 minutos mirando a la cámara, sobre todo en la parte virtual, y captando al público y transmitiendo un mensaje, ¿bien? Eso es, más o menos, en forma general, las reglas de la competencia que van a tener. Las inscripciones van a empezar, estimamos, no sé si ya lo largaste, Majo, o lo vamos a largar en estos días, por las redes sociales.
En estos días van a estar disponibles los enlaces para las inscripciones de las competencias de debate, oratoria e inglés. Y bueno, apúntense porque es el momento perfecto para poner en práctica todo lo que hemos venido aprendiendo sábado a sábado, y ya hemos visto que la práctica es lo que hace al maestro. Pero más allá de práctica, es un espacio seguro de aprendizaje en donde ustedes van a poder compartir sus ideas, sus opiniones, y van a tener ese espacio creativo para todo lo que han aprendido, darle su toque, su nota de color, su brillo. Yo lo relaciono mucho al escenario por el baile, esa impronta sentimental que cada uno tiene. Así que los invito, además, que este entrenamiento que hicimos hoy en inglés les va a dar una estructura y un esquema bastante similar de lo que pueden encontrarse en el debate y en la oratoria. Este orden lógico, conectar el valor de lo que quiero decir. Así que, bueno, espero verlos a todos próximamente en estas experiencias de debate y oratoria en equipo e individual.
Y un último detalle, van a haber bastantes premios. Tenemos becas para marketing y programación, tenemos becas para estudio de idioma inglés, para un curso que están preparando Daniela y Peter de oratoria mucho más completo, porque esto es, digamos, es un pantallazo. La oratoria es un mundo, ¿bien? Nosotros en este mes le hemos dado un pantallazo de la oratoria y herramientas para que puedan utilizar las competencias, pero realmente aprender oratoria es mucho más complejo, requiere muchas más herramientas, y bueno, Daniel y Peter están armando un gran curso para fin de año, en el cual parte de los premios van a ser algunas becas para este curso. Así que, y también hay libros digitales o audiolibros puestos por la Embajada de Estados Unidos para también las competencias. Así que eso sería todo. Rocío tenía una pregunta, puedes habilitar tu micrófono y ya solamente pregunta.
Y Peter,
hola, buen día.
Está bien, gracias.
Perdón, Majo, que te interrumpí.
No,
una consulta. Bueno, buen día para todos. En la competencia por grupos, ¿los grupos los tenemos que formar nosotros o nosotros nos inscribimos y se nos asigna un grupo?
Bien. Ambas opciones son posibles. Si, por ejemplo, vos querés participar, no tenés grupo y querés participar en debate, vas a poder poner en el formulario la opción que dice yo no tengo equipo. Entonces nosotros te vamos a asignar alguno. Ahora, si ya tenés un equipo de amigos o conocidos que quieren debatir juntos, directamente te inscribís y sí tengo grupo. Entonces nosotros después te vamos a contactar para que nos den el listado del equipo. Así ya sabemos quiénes participan juntos. ¿Bien?
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, una cosa más, no sé si lo vieron en el chat, les mandé el formato PDF de todo lo que hablamos hoy. Entonces lo pueden ver también el enlace. Si no quieren el PDF, siempre va a estar el enlace. Entonces siempre pueden volver al Padlet y pueden ver esto. Y nada, falta la foto. Y si tienen alguna pregunta, cualquier pregunta, me pueden mandar mensajes. Más que nada estoy viendo el English Conversation Club. lo pueden ver, English Conversation Club, ponen en Instagram, y ahí si me mandan un mensaje, yo lo recibo y siempre respondo. Entonces ahí pueden mandarme mensaje, o si quieren participar en las sesiones de English Conversation Club, que son similares, pero hablamos de muchas otras cosas más, no solamente de eso, sino un montón de cosas. Pero me pueden mandar mensajes si necesitan algo, los días positivas que vimos, no hay ningún problema, los puedo mandar. Si tienen alguna pregunta, lo que sea, siempre estoy a su disposición. Y no sé, Danila, si querías decir algunas palabras para cerrar y después sacamos la foto y nos vamos a comer.
Dale. Sí. Bueno, nada, en primer lugar agradecerles, hemos llegado al final de este programa de Aprendiendo a Debatir. Muy contentos por haber visto tantas caras conocidas a lo largo de los 3 sábados, así que un aplauso para ustedes por levantarse, por acompañarnos, por salir de la zona de confort y empezar a hablar en otro idioma y ponerse en este rol de asumir un poco el liderazgo que tenemos los jóvenes, ¿no? Que es un poco esto de empezar a formarnos para poder gestionar un cambio. Así que me parece excelente y los refelicito. Así que bueno, les deseamos mucha suerte ahora si se inscriben en los debates, que los súper recomendamos, porque es una forma de poner en práctica todo lo que ahora ya desde la teoría o desde estos encuentros tienen, o de la oratoria mismo también, así que piénsenlos, anímense, es una muy buena oportunidad. Y nada, súper contenta, y bueno, como decía Peter, cualquier cosa que necesiten pueden escribirnos, a mí también me pueden contactar por mail o por Instagram, así que eso no hay problema, y estamos acá para ayudarlos y para resolver todas sus preguntas, así que sin vergüenza, no duden en contestarnos, en contactarnos ni nada. Y nada, para cerrar, all in all, los felicitamos, estamos muy contentos y bueno, saquemos la foto.
Ay,
Enciendan sus cámaras. Perdón.
Mientras encienden las cámaras, dos últimos detalles. El sábado que viene va a ser en español, pero van a poder ver en vivo un modelo de debate. Bien, vamos a competir. Los miembros que tenemos nuevitos de JCI Mendoza van a competir con una JCI de Ecuador, que se mueve con JCI Malta.
Buenísimo.
Va a haber una competencia ahí en español, obviamente, para que puedan ver cómo es la competencia de debate. Vamos a explicar nuevamente cómo son las reglas. Así que los invitamos el sábado que viene. Estimamos que va a ser a las 11, porque son cortos los debates, nunca duran más de 20 minutos. Así que quizás tardemos 30 minutos, incluyendo presentaciones y explicar nuevamente las reglas, pero no duran más de 20 minutos los debates, porque son cronometrados. Así que los invitamos el próximo sábado para que puedan ver un debate en vivo, internacional además. Y contestando las 2 preguntas que hicieron en el chat, los certificados, para aquellos que hayan optado por comprar el certificado, se les va a enviar por mail, al mail que han puesto en Eventbrite. Todavía, si alguno quiere su certificado y no lo ha pagado, lo puede directamente inscribirse nuevamente en Eventbrite pagando, creo que son 100 pesos. Que para quienes no sepan, nosotros somos una ONG, entonces con ese dinero es con el cual sustentamos las plataformas y todos los gastos que tenemos como organización, ya que no cobramos ni recibimos fondos de otro lugar. Y respecto a las inscripciones, van a estar abiertas seguramente hasta la semana del 18 de septiembre, porque tenemos el 12 de septiembre, la semana que viene, el modelo. Este lunes máximo se van a habilitar las inscripciones, por lo tanto seguramente van a tener 2 semanas para poder inscribirse a las competencias. Y eso sería todo por mi parte. Muchísimas gracias.
Momento de sonreír, muestra esos dientecitos. Así, excelente. Así que se nos vean las arruguitas aquí en los ojos de felicidad. Muy bien. A la 1, a las 2 y a las 3. Excelente.
Y también, perdón, también saquemos una foto así, de esta manera. A ver, de esta manera.
Perfecto, Peter.
A ver, con una imagen al fondo para que todos vean que no estamos haciendo cosas importantes acá. A ver, ya organizo la pantalla y ya comparto, y voy a compartir esta foto y van a poder ver estas fotos siempre en las plataformas de... A ver, no entramos bien. A ver.
No, vemos los puños de cerebro.